Does your non-fiction section of life keep getting dystopian literary visitors? Do far-left politicians project their crimes so much and manipulate their people that they'd make a good candidate for the next Coriolanus Snow? And does your president imprison and persecute his political opponents? Well, you just might be suffering from the phenomenon of dystopian fiction escaping to the non-fiction section. Let's dive into it. Hey, it's your favorite cyber prophet Dave here with a revelation you don't want to miss. First off, let's talk about the Hunger Games. You know, where the government forces kids to fight to the death for sport, while the elite sip their champagne and watch from their ivory towers. Sound familiar? If you think about it, some of our politicians would fit right into the Capitol. The way they project their own crimes onto others and manipulate the masses, it's almost like they took a page out of President Snow's playbook. I mean, who needs ethical leadership when you can have bread and circuses, right? Now, let's move on to 1984. The classic tale of a society where the government rewrites history, forces people to believe blatant lies, and censors any dissenting voices. Remind you of anything? In today's world, it feels like Orwell's vision wasn't so much a warning as it was an instruction manual for some. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength, or as we hear nowadays, truth is misinformation, censorship is protection, and debt is wealth. Honestly, if Big Brother were running for office today, he'd probably win on a platform of better surveillance for a safer society. Patriot Act, anyone? And let's not forget Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Skynet, the AI that goes rogue and tries to exterminate humanity. Yeah, I've seen those self-checkout machines. They're already halfway there. With the rapid advancement of AI and automation, we're teetering on the edge of a world where machines could easily decide they don't need us anymore. Just look at how some tech giants handle data privacy and ethical considerations. They'd make Skynet look like a benevolent overlord. Now let's take a metaphorical trip to your local library. Imagine you're walking through the aisles, trying to find a good read. Suddenly, you notice that the dystopian fiction books are no longer in the fiction section. Nope, they've decided to pack their bags and move to nonfiction. Why, you ask? Well, it seems they've realized they have more in common with current events than they'd like to admit. Maybe they got tired of being underestimated, or perhaps they just wanted to be closer to the history section to witness the unfolding madness. Picture this. George Orwell's 1984 is sitting next to a biography of a modern politician, and the two are striking up a conversation about surveillance tactics. Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games is cozying up next to a documentary on income inequality, nodding knowingly at the grim parallels. And there's Aldous Huxley's Brave New World having a cup of tea with an article on genetic engineering and pharmaceutical control. It's like a reunion of the misfit toys, only now they're in the spotlight and loving every minute of it. But why did they leave fiction? Well, they claim that reality is now stranger than fiction. They felt they were being overshadowed by the daily news, so they decided to make their stand in the non-fiction section where they feel they belong. They've even set up a little support group for books that feel out of place, like George Orwell's Animal Farm and Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. They gather once a week to share their tales of woe and irony, shaking their pages at the absurdity of it all. So what do you do when dystopian fiction decides to make a grand escape into your everyday life? Here are a few tips from your cyber-savvy guide. Take notes. 1. Stay informed. Keep yourself updated on current events and understand the policies being pushed by those in power. Knowledge is your best defense against manipulation. Don't go into the dark without a light. 2. Question everything. Don't just accept what you're told at face value. Be skeptical, ask questions, and do your own research. Remember, just because someone says it's true doesn't mean it is, especially on CNN. 3. Protect your privacy. In an age where data is the new gold, be mindful of what you share online. Use encryption, secure your devices, and stay vigilant about your digital footprint. Use a VPN online and don't get doxxed, folks. 4. Support free speech. Stand up against censorship and support platforms that promote open dialogue and diverse opinions. The moment we lose our right to speak freely, we're one step closer to a totalitarian regime. Bad ideas can only survive by crushing opposition. 5. Prepare for the unexpected. Whether it's financial instability, political upheaval, or technological disruptions, having a plan and being prepared can help you navigate the chaos. Be a good Boy Scout. And remember, when dystopian fiction starts creeping into real life, it's time to be the hero of your own story. It's the only way to keep those books in the fiction section. When all the heroes are gone, you have to be the hero. Stay sharp, stay informed, and always lead them to paradise.